to my channel again. Today I'm going to be talking about spring. I think you can guess, with the background full of colours and my dress is full of colours too, with all of the flowers. But anyone might ask, what is spring? Well, spring is one of the 4 seasons that we have, which is spring, summer, autumn and winter. And spring comes after winter and before summer. But why do we have seasons? Well, we have seasons because the earth takes a year to go around the sun, but it takes a day to go around itself. So if I was to demonstrate, I'd need a tree to go around. So this apple tree is the sun, and me, I'm the earth. The earth tilts on its side and it spins around. So it takes a day to go around itself, which is like this. But then it takes a year, while spinning, to go around the sun, which is the tree. So it goes like this. Okay, I'm not going to do it spinning, otherwise I'm going to be dizzy. So it takes a year to go around the sun. Its tilt at 23 degrees gives us warmth and light. And in summertime, we tilt towards the sun, and in wintertime, we tilt away from the sun, which is basically like my fist is the sun, and my hand is the Earth's axis. So in summer, we tilt towards the sun, like we're nearly doing, and in winter, we tilt away from the sun. On the first day of spring, the sun shines on the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and this is called the vernal equinox. Vernal means like springtime, and equinox means equal, and they're both Latin words. When it's winter here in the northern hemisphere, then it's summertime there in the southern hemisphere. But when it's spring here, like it is now, then it's autumn in the southern hemisphere. The first day of spring is normally the 21st or the 22nd of March. As the season progresses, the daylight hours start to get longer and the night hours start to be shorter. Spring is all about rebirth, and in spring it can get very cold, and sometimes it can even snow, like in wintertime, and we've even had some snow here. See, look, we've even got some little bits of snow on the ground. But what happens in spring? Well, we see a lot of things in spring, don't we? Well, in winter, the birds go and migrate to a warmer place, but now the spring has come, they've come back to here in the UK. Birds come back from their migration to warm places. Maybe if we listen, we might hear them singing. Did you hear that? Some birds have just been singing. They're also making nests, but sometimes they do use their nests from last year. And all of the flowers start to come out, buds start to grow on the trees, and they start to blossom out into leaves or flowers. Also, snow and ice melts, and the ground starts to warm up, and it rains quite a lot too. The grass starts to grow. The grass has been in a dormant state, so we haven't been having to cut it. Also, plants shoot, like some plants that I've been growing, and I'm going to show you now. Like tomatoes that we have here, then some carrots as well. Then we've also got spring onions, broad beans, and even peppers, and cabbages and onions. At first they weren't sprouting because it was cold, but now they're sprouting because it's warm. Also in spring, trees blossom, like we have the peach tree here, which is blossoming. We also have the cherry tree here, which is also blossoming with nice white flowers. So the plants have different coloured flowers. I like it like that because then we can be all colourful around the garden and everywhere, because then like the peach tree has pink flowers and the cherry tree has white flowers. The blossom is really sweet, aren't they? And in a few weeks' time, I'll come back and I'll show you that the trees are going to be completely full of flowers and leaves. And they're going to look so nice, aren't they? And I hope one day I can even give you some cherries when they grow. Tiny buds appear on the trees, like these ones here, and soon they will blossom into either leaves or beautiful flowers. Flowers blossom such as the primroses, wild ones, and these ones are the homegrown primroses. They can come in all different colours, like pink, purple or darker pink, yellow, blue as well, and purplish. We also have the daffodils. These ones are the early ones that are sadly starting to go, but luckily we still have more to come. So we've got the buds here about to just burst out into flower, and then we'll just have colour everywhere, as I keep saying. We also have Hathaithia here. I think it's how they say it, Hathaithia. I don't know, I'm not very good at pronouncing this one, but they have a really nice smell. They come in all sorts of colours, as you have seen. The blue ones, purple ones, pink ones, white ones, lots of colours, and they smell really nice. Oh, you should have some, and then you can smell them and you'll just love them forever. That's so nice. I love all flowers, really. They're really nice smelling. And we have these dandelions here. You know, with daisies, you can make daisy chains. You can even make daisy dandelion chains out of these, and then you can put them around you and then have a mane, and then you can be a lion. Here are the tulips. The tulips also come in some different colours. Here we have the aubrietia. We have them mainly purple, but then there are purplish blue, and we've also got some pink ones here. And I like the texture of them when you feel them. These small purple bits in the grass, these ones are violets, but you have to have very good eyes to be able to see them, and so you have to look down. Here we have a photinia, and you can call it a red robin. In winter, the leaves are very green like this, but in the springtime, the leaves come out as red, and I really like that. Near it we have a camellia. You can have different types of camellia. So we've got this one, which its flowers are just starting to come out. And we've also got this camellia, which has bigger flowers. From camellias, they're evergreen trees, so it only gets flowers in spring. And that's why spring is so beautiful. Wow, look at all of these bluebells. This is why spring is so beautiful. I love all of these bluebells. Look at them. Really nice. I love them. And they're still even coming out because some of them aren't fully open yet. And they come after the snowdrops, which come in winter time. So the snowdrops are basically at the end of winter, and it's a sign of spring that spring is coming. As you can see here we've got another flowering cherry that's different, and it's a different colour, and it's so beautiful. So you can see how spring makes everything so beautiful. And also the buttercups come out in springtime. Everywhere is like with buttercups, and it's very yellow, and look, everywhere is yellow, and even the dandelions are hiding amongst all of the yellow. See the dandelions? You can see behind all of the green. Also in spring, baby lambs also get born. In the early spring mainly, we've seen some as well, and they're even walking. And also ducklings and chicks they get hatched because their mummies have already laid their egg, and now they're starting to hatch. Also, families like to go and have picnics, and the children like to fly their kites around. We now have the bees coming out to come and pollinate all of these flowers. Even the butterflies come out to pollinate flowers, and they're so beautiful. I love them. You can even find different coloured wings. Maybe you can try and watch them and see if you can spot what type of butterflies there are. Hi, I'm here again after 1 week's time, and still we're talking about spring. In spring, because it's warmer, people start to come out more than in winter time. For the fresh air, we start opening our windows more and leaving them open for the fresh air to come in. And also, people start ploughing and sowing their seeds into the ground. The wheat or the grass or anything that is growing in the fields are starting to grow because it's warmer. And if you could come closer to the field here, you can see the sowing marks, so the seeds are all in there. So spring is a time of people being active. Also in spring, animals like frogs and bears, and also lots more, start to come out of hibernation, which I have talked about in my winter video. If you look over there, the big field of green, that's my grandpa's wheat that has been in dormant state ever since winter time because it wasn't warm. As you can see here, now I'm closer up to the trees that don't have their leaves anymore, but they do have their buds, and soon they're going to be green. Spring is a real rebirth, and this was planted in autumn, and look, it's grown, and even it was covered with the snow and it was down, and I thought it would die. Spring makes everything happy, and spring makes summer come, really. You see what spring does? It makes all of the blossoms come out, which are either leaves or flowers to make them come out and make the world much prettier place than in winter time. And I'm going to show you how the pear trees are looking now. Wow, all of that is spring. And that's what spring does, makes all of the flowers and leaves come out. Just look at that pear tree. Soon it will be hanging with pears. All of the pears will be there. I'm now going to show you the cherry tree, how they have blossomed. Look at how these cherry trees have blossomed with their flowers. Hopefully we're going to be eating these cherries. All of these flowers are soon going to go, and then after the flowers have gone, however much it's not going to be nice for them to go, they're going to leave these little bits, the bits that the pollen goes on, these bits. They're going to leave these bits. The flower will turn into cherries, and then we can hopefully harvest them in the summertime. And if you've ever seen cherries, they have these stalks on them. And so these stalks are on the flower, so the cherry is going to grow here where the flower is. And can you see the leaves? They've grown, and the last time I showed you the trees, they didn't have leaves or flowers. And the bees have already pollinated most of the flowers, and you can tell when they've pollinated because these stalks on the pollen goes on, they're most of the time yellow. But if they're not yellow, that means they've been pollinated, like this flower's been pollinated. So they're busy bees, being very busy pollinating to make honey for us. Look at this apple tree. It's got loads of flowers on it now. And at the beginning of this video, when I came here, it didn't have all of these leaves and flowers. It only had buds on it. But now look, it's full of flowers now. And in the summertime, we're going to be having lots of fruit, like apples, that are going to come from these flowers. These flowers are going to turn into apples for us to eat. And we can climb the tree to pick them. There are so many special days in springtime. And these are some of the special days that are in spring. So we've got Easter, which is for Christians. And there's also Eid Day, which is also like Easter, but it's for Muslims. Then we've also got Earth Day, which is looking after our planet, we plant trees on Earth Day, and we also pick up all of the rubbish on the beaches and the plastic and try to stop polluting the world. But we don't want to only do that just on one day. We want to do it every day. Then we've also got Arbor Day and May Day. May Day is basically extended weekend. So as pupils at school, we don't go to school on the first Monday and the last Monday of May. And also people that go to work, they also have an extended weekend. Arbor Day is a special day for planting trees. Just planting trees so that we have more trees. And hopefully, if they're fruit trees, then we can have more fruit to make us healthy. I think you might have noticed that we have been cutting the grass. Because it's getting warmer, the grass is growing more and quicker. So we have now so far cut the grass twice because April showers bring May flowers. If you're going to visit the Northern Hemisphere, make sure you bring an umbrella with you because it rains all the time here. And when it's raining and also the sun is out, sometimes you get a rainbow. If you come from a warmer climate, you might think it's warm here in springtime and summertime. But sometimes it can be a bit cold, and it also can be warm sometimes too. But you always must remember to bring an umbrella with you in your bag because it can rain a lot here. Even though it brings the beautiful flowers, as I keep saying, April showers bring me flowers. Look around! All the green has come out, the grass is growing more, and the brown has gone. This is the place where people would love to come and visit when it's springtime and summertime. First of all, it starts to get much warmer, even though it is a little bit cold sometimes. But it's the green that people would love to see, the niceness of everywhere, making the world a lovely place with beautiful. Everything is just growing, all the plants are growing. Do you agree with me that springtime is amazing with all of its beautiful colours and greenness? It's lovely! Thank you for watching my YouTube channel today. I hope that you come back next time for another video. And remember to hit the like button and to smash the subscribe button. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye!